Touchdown, Louisiana.
Coming up on Inside Louisiana Football, highlights and reaction from the Ragin Cajuns and Troy Trojans in the sit-down with Coach Billy Napier. Dan McDonald and Luana Stokes recap women's basketball's exhibition win over LSU Shreveport. We'll introduce you to women's basketball standout Skylar Goodwin. Krista Toussaint sits down with volleyball defensive specialist Hannah Henry. And the culture makes a road trip to Troy. It's time for the sit-down, brought to you by Sonic, home of the Ragin Cajun cheeseburger. This is how we Sonic. Welcome into another edition of Inside Louisiana Football. Darren Walker, joined by the head coach Billy Napier for the sit-down. And coach, anytime you go to on a road trip and play a team the caliber of Troy, you just cannot afford to have turnovers or execution errors, and we just had way too many of those on Saturday.
Yeah, really couldn't overcome a slow start. You know, I think really in the first 12 or 15 plays on defense, we gave up some big plays, and then offensively, you know, we stalled out in the red zone fringe area of the field. You know, I think we made mistakes, weren't able to overcome those mistakes. And I think hopefully our team will learn from the lessons here. We still got a bright future in front of us to control our own destiny. But Saturday is a great learning experience for our players.
You talked about early mistakes, and I guess I shouldn't qualify that as a mistake, but Troy had a bad snap followed by a delay of game penalty to put them in a 2nd and 35 situation, and they immediately convert on that with a 49-yard pass completion. Now, Mike Jacquette, he didn't have bad coverage, but the ball was, just a couple of inches from his fingertips. Yeah,
just, a little bit better technique there. I think we can help him a little bit in terms of putting them in position, but certainly, Mike was in position to make a play on the ball. Great throw, great catch, give them some credit, but I think, Mike would like to have that snap back for sure. Now, Troy gets inside the 15-yard line, but the defense holds right there, but they were able to get a field goal, but good job by the defense to hold them to 3. Yeah, really did a great job in the red zone as an area where we really worked and focused on trying to make improvement there, trying to make the other team kick field goals in the red zone. We did a really good job of that. Outside of those 12 or 15 plays early, our defense got into a rhythm. We did a nice job. I thought overall was a solid performance by our group. On the ensuing kickoff, Raymond Calais takes it back 54 yards and puts you on the plus side of the 50. Just talk about that unit, how it's getting better week by week. Yeah, we made some position changes. We had some guys really step up to the plate. Tanner Wiggins has done a nice job. Shazir Malbrew had a great day. Ashton Johnson continues to be a great game-changer player. Jam Williams stepped up, moved him over to left tackle. Jamarcus Bradley does a great job at Alfred Turner, and Raymond found a hole in there and hit the crease and really did a lot of great things, and probably one of our better days on special teams. I was really proud of those groups. Kyle Fowl gets the field goal to tie the game up at 3 o'clock. You're able to pin those guys back at their own 10-yard line, but they hit you on that 75-yard touchdown to take the 10-3 lead. And it looked like we were peeking in the backfield a little bit on that one. Yeah, just a total communication error, complete bust in the back end, really communicated the wrong things when we weren't on the same page. Boundary players were playing one thing, field players playing the other. So totally about Louisiana there, and I think those are things that we got to get eliminated in the future. Both defenses kind of dug in at that point, not a whole lot of scoring until later on when Levi and Trey had the bad exchange and it gave them a short field on that fumble. Absolutely. We've done a good job of taking care of the ball for the most part this entire season. Haven't put our defense in that situation, but just a traditional exchange there. I think Levi, can do a better job there, be a little more decisive. He's got to hand the ball off. It comes down to techniques and fundamentals. We weren't at our best there, and we gave him the ball, and I think that those are the types of things that, we can't afford with the type of team that we have. So Troy punches that in to make it 17-3. Offensively, you kind of struggled there in the second quarter all the way up to the half, but the defense kept holding. Troy kicked 2 more field goals, but the defense was doing a pretty good job of holding them. Yeah, I think offensively we really stalled in the fringe red zone area of the field. I thought we didn't make great decisions at quarterback. I think there was plays there to be made, in particular one where we had Johnny Lumpkin open up the seam. and then made a couple bad decisions there, missed the field goal. So really, we really missed some opportunities to make some plays on offense early in the first half.
But in the third quarter, first possession, you come out with a purpose, really march right down the field, and Trey Regis punches it in for a 23-10 game.
Yeah, it started the second half with a gadget, a little reverse pass with Jamarcus, really well executed by everyone there. And then we got into some different types of runs, ran a little more outside zone, made some adjustments at halftime. I think our guys did a really good job of executing there in the third quarter, put together 2 touchdown drives, got us back in the game.
Troy answered with a field goal, but you come right back to put 6 more on the board to make it a 26-16 game, but that's pretty much as close as it would get.
Yeah, total shutout by both teams in the fourth quarter. We had opportunities to make plays as well. I think, we just struggled to play with consistency. Give Troy some credit. They're a good defensive football team. Their coordinator's been doing it a long time. He had a good plan. It took us a while to make some adjustments. And then, we struggled to block them, really inconsistent up front, and then the quarterback, we got to be better. This is a very quarterback-driven system. We give that guy the keys to the car, and, we want him to make great decisions and put our team in position to win, and we didn't do that.
Real quick, 2 out of 3 here remaining are at home. First up, Georgia State. They bring in quite a dynamic player in Penny Hart. Talk about them a little bit.
Well, I think Georgia State obviously has been in some shootouts throughout the year. I don't think their record quite reflects what type of team they have, but Coach Elliott, obviously in his second year, he's doing a really good job rebuilding that program. They're still playing with the intangibles that you would want. I think it's a lot about what we do. I think we're kind of in that playoff mode. We're still in position where if we handle our business, we can win our division. And we're going to focus on making improvement, eliminating errors, and try to play our best football game of the season.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for the time. Ragin Cajuns and Panthers, 4 o'clock this Saturday, 1:45 Cajun Walk. Coming up next on Inside Louisiana Football, basketball season is here. We'll get you caught up on the women's basketball exhibition opener with LSU Shreveport.
Sonic's $2.99 Car Hop Classic, a juicy quarter-pound double cheeseburger or a flavorful signature slinger with golden brown crispy tots. A deal so nice, you should order it twice, because it's only $2.99. Hurry in for a Car Hop Classic, ending soon.
If you're happy and you know it's Zydeco. If you're happy and you know it's Zydeco. If you're happy and you know it, then your feet will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it's Zydeco. If you're happy and you know it, mange. If you're happy and you know it, mange. If you're happy and you know it, I think I will help you show it. If you're happy and you know it, mange.
Louisiana's Ragin Cajuns with a solid offensive performance in its exhibition game. They take an 89-57 victory over LSU Shreveport here at the Cajun Dome. I'm Dan McDonald, along with former Cajun standout Luana Stokes. And Luana, this is a game that was won strictly on the offensive end. The Cajuns have been a defensive team for so long, but they won this one tonight on the offensive end.
They truly did, and I can understand why Coach made the transition to do the offensive side. Again, 5 girls with double figures. That speaks volume. That speaks a great transition on what the girls are going to do with the upcoming year. We had no one play over 29 minutes, so that tells that he has a bench that is just as capable as winning games as the first 5 starters. So even with Goodwin coming out there, not as a point guard, but as a forward, she did an awesome job at transitioning from the point guard going into the forward. So, I mean, looking at this team tonight in its exhibition game tells a big story about what the Cajuns are going to have of the year to come.
We expect double-figure performances from Skylar Goodwin and Ty Doucette, the returnees on this team. Didn't maybe expect that from some of the new players. Guys like Andrea Canoyer. She ends up with 16 points. She's the game's leading scorer with that 16, including 4 3-pointers. Brandy Williams with 15. She has a couple of 3-pointers, went 9 for 10 from the free throw line. Jasmine Womack comes in and makes 5 out of 10 from the field, also gets 8 rebounds to tie for team honors. So she comes close to a double-double. The Cajuns only had 8 available players tonight, so it was just absolutely huge that they get big performances from some of their new faces.
And again, many of the taller girls, they didn't play tonight because they're out with injuries. But when those girls do come back, we're going to see a powerhouse here at the Cajun Dome. These girls are going to be ready for something new. Again, we had many that's out with injuries or medical situations. But when those girls get back, the Cajuns are going to be really ready.
Cajuns jumped out 21-7 in the very first quarter of this one, and they led it 47-24 at the half. And this is against a team, obviously LSU Shreveport, not the team that they had last year. They did go 31-2 last year during the regular season. They won 31 of their first 32 games during the regular season before they lost in the national tournament. Missing a lot of people from that team last year, but this is still a pretty solid basketball team to play in your exhibition game. And I thought Louisiana did an awful lot of good things. They forced 21 turnovers on the defensive end. We've talked all that offense, but they also held LSUS to only 33% shooting along with those 21 turnovers.
And I've often been told that defense wins games. And tonight we saw that defense won this game. So although they did very well on offense, they executed the ball very well, but defense wins games. And the girls proved that on tonight. I can see leadership out there. I can see them talking to each other. When someone was behind them, they signify that. So that tells a lot about where this team is going and where leadership is going. Even after losing 3 powerhouse girls on last year, we have some girls that are in here to fill the gap of those that are gone from last year.
Andrea Canoyer, one of those new faces, 16 points leading the way tonight. Brandy Williams with 15, Skylar Goodwin and Ty Doucette both with 14, Jasmine Womack with 10, those 5 in double figures. Sabrina Banks with 11 points and 12 rebounds for LSU Shreveport. Leah Silva, the leading scorer, with 14 points. This was exhibition for both of these two teams, but now it's going to start for real on Tuesday night when the Cajuns take on Lamar's Cardinals, and I know that they'll be looking to pick up some of the things they did tonight and transfer those over to next Tuesday.
And I'm excited to see what Canoyer is going to do. She did a fantastic job. She and Williams at that point guard. They really worked very well. They worked as a team, and despite when Canoyer was in the game, she showed off.
There are only 8 players, as we said, available for the Cajuns tonight, and that's going to be that way for a little while. A couple of the Cajuns fighting injuries, a couple of medical situations, and one player not even eligible yet, Kristen Daniels, a freshman from Lake Charles. She'll be coming along as soon as the fall semester is over, so there's some help coming to this depth situation, but I know that Gary Broadhead's got to be happy with everything he saw tonight.
I know he's just full of joy on tonight. Again, the girls that are going to come back, it's going to be irreplaceable. I mean, it's going to be too much. The Cajuns are going to really, really have an awesome season. They're going to bring it back as they did the past 4 seasons.
Louisiana wins 89-57 over LSU Shreveport. They return to action here at the Cajun Dome next Tuesday when they take on the Lamar Cardinals.
I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm 20 years old. I am the youngest out of 7 children, including myself. I went to Parkview Baptist, and I basically played there since I was in 8th grade, and we won state when I was a senior, so that was pretty great. I've never been an LSU fan. I don't really care for any LSU games or anything like that. My mom did go there, and she was in track and field. She just wanted the best for me, whether it was LSU, whether it was anything else. She just wanted me to be comfortable where I was, and I think she did play a major part in that because she told me that it didn't matter where I went, but as long as I was comfortable there and that I could be my best in what I was doing. UL was my first official, and I think afterwards I liked the friendly environment and the people so much that I wanted to pursue my career here. Last season was a roller coaster, I feel, because I felt as though I thought I was going to be here to do a different role, but they had different plans for me. And so me being point guard and me being adjusted to that position, I feel as though it was a little rocky at first, which I mean is common because at first I was a freshman and I had never played point like that in college. And so I just felt as though it was rocky, but then as I started adjusting and becoming more familiar with the way the game is played, that I gained more sense from it and I learned from it, and now I can translate that to this year I'm in a different position, but I can still use what I learned last year this year as well. I'm very happy because I feel like I've gained so much experience from being in that position, And I feel as though if I wasn't put in that position, then I wouldn't have it as nearly as much experience than I do now. And that for incoming freshmen that, have to play that role, I can give them advice on what, I had to go through and help them out so they don't struggle as much as I did. Since I'm gonna be a 4 this year, I guess the goal I wanna have is being, the top rebound or something like that, helping the team out. Also, just a goal mentally, I just want to be the one to encourage our teammates, just instilling positivity as much as I can, and hoping that they instill that positivity into me as well. We could go all the way, honestly, if we have the right mentality and, have our heads straight and just keep working hard.
To perform, you need speed, skill, strength. With every muscle, every move, you push your body to reach its full potential. But sometimes you just can't push through the pain. That's when you know it's time to address it. So when injury puts you on the sidelines, trust us to get you back in the game. Lourdes Sports Care, the team behind your team.
So Hannah, what made you decide to come to school in Louisiana? Because you're from San Diego.
Yes, I'm from San Diego. I really just wanted a change of scenery, even though San Diego is beautiful. I visited here and I absolutely loved the culture and what the community was about, and came here as the best decision of my life. So,
when you first came here, what was that like being on the volleyball team, and how was your experience starting off?
Starting off, it was a little rough. I think it was just to be able to adjust and I don't know, we weren't doing all that well in volleyball, and so it was a hard year, but then we turned it around and I made really great friends, and now it's going great. So,
what are some of the improvements that you've seen within yourself while playing volleyball here in Louisiana from year to year?
I think that improvements in myself is that I'm a lot more confident in my play, and that I'm learning something new every day, and I do want to see if I like coaching in the future. So I can implement all the things I'm learning here and that I'm confident into teaching other people.
What is a goal that you have for your senior year playing volleyball?
A goal that I have is just to give to my teammates, and to obviously I want to go to the conference tournament and win a championship. That's the ultimate goal, but I really just want to soak it all in and enjoy my teammates and my friends while I have, because I only have 2 more months left. So yeah. I just want to soak it all in.
Okay, so take me through a typical day of a Louisiana volleyball player from start to finish.
A typical day would be like today. We woke up, I had 8 a.m. weights, and then I usually come here and I have an individual with Coach Heather, and I have class from 12 to 2:15, and then I come here right after class, and usually I'm kind of not late, but I like to be really early. So after I'm done with class, come here, we watch film for about half an hour, and then we'll come out here and start practicing from 3 to 6, and then go home, eat, homework, and then do it all over again. I think my favorite part is just being a part of the community, and like the culture around here is just one, you can't forget it, and it's always going to be a part of me, and like just lifelong friends on the volleyball team, and just to get to experience Division I volleyball is such a great thing to do in your life.
Yeah, so being this is your 4th year, you've had a packed schedule, but you've been able to maintain great grades and be on the honor roll. How have you been able to keep that balance between school and volleyball?
I think honestly I do well under pressure, so I always tell myself, I was like, I always get it out in the end, you know, I always finish strong, and so I think having volleyball forces you to study in certain situations and manage your time really well, and so I think that volleyball really helps me in that aspect, because whenever I don't have volleyball, I kind of procrastinate, and so I think having volleyball has just really kind of pushed me along in the right direction, because you always have so many people beside you like telling you, push you in the right direction to like do well in school, and so that's helped a lot.
Do you have any advice for future volleyball players that are going to play here?
Yes, come here. Like, experience the Division I volleyball, because it's going to help you in so many different ways in life, and it's just a great experience to be a part of, and it's been awesome.
That you are earning respect. Okay, that Louisiana across your chest is earning respect. That Ragin Cajuns stack and that Florida lead is earning respect.
Hi, my name is Victoria Risha. My name is Kylie Rose. And my name is Kaylee. I'm Jessica. And here I am to think inside the box.
Here I go.
Ooh, what is this? Is it like a dirty sock?
Ew! Ew!
It's soft. It feels like a dirty sock. It's like wet. Why is it wet?
It's a dirty sock.
It's a sock. And it's gross.
Ew, ew, ew.
Wait, why is it? Is it a dirty sock? Is it a dirty? Oh! Are you serious? Ew! Wait, whose dirty sock? I don't like feet.
Did someone really use that, or y'all just?
I don't like the texture of it. It's a hairy.
I'm scared. Ah!
It's like a dirty ball, like a dirty like soccer ball, like mud. It feels like grass and mud.
Okay, it feels like a coconut, but I don't think it's a coconut.
A coconut? That does not look like a coconut.
Is it hay?
Is this a coconut?
It is? It's a coconut?
Ha. That's a gross coconut. I wouldn't eat that coconut.
That felt like a bald man's head. That's what I was gonna say.
Did you just tell it to stay put?
Don't say something like that. No. No.
Oh, it's fuzzy.
It's gonna bite me.
It's not moving. It's a stuffed dog. Oh, it's little ears. Is it a bunny? Is it a little stuffed bunny?
Is it a bunny rabbit?
It's a stuffed animal. I know that.
Oh no, it moved. Ah, it moved.
Is it a puppy dog? Is it a dog? A little stuffed dog?
It's a stuffed dog.
Oh, this is cute. Look at it.
I thought it was real.
Pass over the middle. Touchdown, Louisiana.
I'm head coach Billy Napier, and you're watching Inside Louisiana Football. All right, man, here we go. Listen to me closely. Look at me, okay? I told you yesterday in that team meeting room that you are earning respect, okay? That Louisiana across your chest is earning respect. That Ragin Cajuns stack and that Florida lead is earning respect. Nobody's done what you've done. From the beginning of this all-season day one until right now,
All right, you go out there and you start fast. And let's keep swinging the entire day. All right, here we go. Let's be our best today, man. Here we go. Compete on three. Compete on three. 1, 2, 3. Compete. Let's go. Go, 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 go.
Smith throws it to the other side, and immediately Deuce Wallace is there to tackle the receiver. This is a 30-yard try, and the kick is up and good. Right up the middle to the 30, 35, right to the outside, 40, 45, 50, and bumped out of bounds in Troy territory. Good snap and placement. Bow's kick is up and good. It's a fumble, and the Cajuns have it at the 43-yard line.
Family on three. 1, 2, 3.
Barnes in motion from right to left. Kale sweeping. He's to the 5, and Kale is all the way down to the 3-yard line. Regis is back in the game. He gets the carry here, and he is in. Touchdown, Louisiana. Lewis, pass away. Bradley, complete, shakes a tackle. He's into Troy territory at the 46-yard line. Regis bounces off people. 30 down to the 25, down to the 20. Regis into the red zone, down to the 18-yard line. On first down, Regis bounces to the outside, and he's in. Touchdown, Louisiana. But Smith is in trouble, and down he goes. Chauncey Manick. Looking, pass over the middle, it's intercepted. That is going to be the nail in the coffin here, it appears.
They outplayed us. They beat us today. Everybody hear me? They beat us. Now you can't have another slip up. We've got to prepare better. Right? We got to make sure that we focus on our vision and not our circumstance. Let's find out what we're made of right now. There's been times throughout the year where adversity's hit us right in the mouth and we've responded. But right now is the true test. Everybody hear me? Will we stick together? Will leadership be vocal? Will we confront the man anything that's out of place and not up to standard? And will we have the toughness to strain and sustain and finish at the end of the year? Everybody hear me? Sir. Everybody's got to look in the mirror. Everybody in here can do their job best, including me. Now, we got good team chemistry here. We got a group that sticks together. We got groups that are, I'm listening to you talk during the game, on the way back. You're saying all the right things. Good thing here is you got an opportunity to make it right. You got 3 games left. All right, you can go punch that ticket week after week. 1, 2, 3. You'll be right where you want to be.